Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History. I'm on the road for a few days this week, so we will enjoy a rerun from a previous year. Thank you so much for your indulgence, and enjoy the show. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for April 18th. April 18th is the 108th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 109 in leap years, with 257 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is rufous. Rufous is an adjective that means reddish in color, like the rufous hummingbird. It can be used to describe anything that's reddish in color, though. The word rufous comes to us from Latin, and the first known use of the word is 1782. Rufus. And with that, we're going to start in the year 1506, when the cornerstone of the current St. Peter's Basilica was laid. On April 18 of 1521, the trial of Martin Luther began its second day during the assembly of the Diet of Worms. Diet of Worms? What the heck is a Diet of Worms? In this context, a diet is a formal deliberative assembly. The imperial diet was the deliberative body of the Holy Roman Empire. Not so much a legislative body, but more of a forum where they did more in the way of negotiating than deciding. It's likely that the word diet comes from ancient sources that mean way of living or regular daily work. Needless to say, the meaning of the word diet has certainly evolved quite a bit in the intervening centuries. All right then, what about the Worms? Well, it is that Worms was the name of a city. So, for example, the Fort Worth Gun Show, an event that happens at a place, the Diet of Worms. That phrase, of course, has a completely different meaning now than it did then. But back to the historical item, the trial of Martin Luther began its second day during the assembly of the Diet of Worms. Spoiler alert, Martin Luther refused to recant his teachings, even though it might mean his excommunication. The University of Alabama was founded on April 18, 1831, in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. This is the birthday of American lawyer Clarence Darrow, born April 18, 1857. Clarence Darrow is perhaps best known for his part in the Scopes monkey trial, in which he defended a Tennessee high school teacher accused of teaching human evolutionary theory in a time when it was illegal to do so in a state-funded school in Tennessee. Also on April 18, 1857, the Spirits book by Allan Kardec was published, marking the birth of spiritualism in France. On April 18, 1906, at 5:13 in the morning, an earthquake, estimated to close to 8.0 on the Richter scale, struck San Francisco, California, followed by a fire that destroyed much of the city. An estimated 3,000 people lost their lives in all that. That quake was caused by a slip of the San Andreas Fault over a segment about 275 miles long. Shock waves were felt from southern Oregon all the way to Los Angeles. Joan of Arc was beatified in Rome on this day in 1909. The house that Ruth built, Yankee Stadium, opened on April 18, 1923. This is the birthday of American singer, songwriter, and guitarist Clarence Gatemouth Brown, born April 18, 1924. Seems like he could play just about anything that made music. He's best known for his blues treatments. He lived to the age of 81. Pretty sure we've mentioned Thor Heyerdahl before. He was a Norwegian adventurer and ethnographer with a background in zoology, botany, and geography. He's particularly notable for his Kon-Tiki expedition in 1947, in which he sailed 5,000 miles across the Pacific Ocean on a hand-built raft from South America to the Tuamotu Islands. This expedition was designed to demonstrate that ancient people could have made long-distance voyages, creating contacts between societies along the way. That is certainly not the only interesting thing that Thor Heyerdahl has done. We could probably do an entire episode on his work, studies, and travels. Maybe another time, though. You can let me know if that sounds interesting to you. We mention him again today because he passed away on April 18, 2002 at the age of 87. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoyed this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, Parler, BitChute, and Getter. All those links in the description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Do not disturb.
Okay, I turned Do Not Disturb on.
Good job. Third time better be a charm. Did I say 19th? It's not the 19th yet. One more time. Attracting. Just read the whole thing over. Are you making some sound? Get on out of here. And we're gonna edit that out. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.